We've all been there before, while trying to juggle a busy schedule, staying up until late hours of the night to get an assignment done. Sometimes those final creative touches can take more time and skills than anticipated, but they are required to complete a compelling final product. You work hard to get projects completed, and sometimes that work can be discredited due to the way it is presented.
We're here to help you solve this issue and better convey your ideas in the best way possible, as well as refine your design skills.
We've formulated a 5-phase strategy to enhance the visual components of your presentation that will showcase your work at its best. This learning tool is designed to help you simplify the design process, introduce some basic skills to enhance your presentation skills visually, and was created in a way that is easy to understand even if you don't have a background in graphic design.
Phase 1 is the research process. It's important to leave yourself enough time to develop a thorough understanding of the topic you'll be presenting. Collect and organize ideas ahead of time so you have a strong foundation to build upon in the design process. Think of it like this: you can't worry about painting walls before a house is built.
Phase 2. Once you're confident with your research, the next step is planning. It's of high importance that clear design goals are formulated. For example, who your audience is, accessibility considerations, the purpose of creation. Then it's time to plan out how you want your project to turn out based on those goals. Does this look familiar? I bet it does. That storyboard grid had multiple frames, which only equals a few seconds of film footage. Storyboarding is an excellent way to get the nitty-gritty details down before getting ahead of yourself in creation. While your version of planning may not be to the standards of Disney, this is still a good starting point to refine ideas. A practical application you may want to consider using as a starting point is Google Slides, which also works as a great collaborative tool. This aids in aligning design goals to ensure all contributors are on the same page.
Phase 3, aesthetic consideration. Now that you've consolidated ideas, it's time to get creative. Taking a bunch of boring research notes and turning them into an engaging presentation isn't always easy. One way to elevate your work is with typography. Font choices can completely alter the tone and boost interest. It can also help convey meaning and provoke desired audience reaction. All the text on your slides should not look the same. When choosing headings, subtitles, and body text, you should consider the sizing, spacing, and overall layout of where and how words are being used. Be mindful not to get carried away with fonts that may be illegible or distracting from the information being presented. Here are some examples of preset font styles embedded within online tools such as Microsoft Office and Canva, which are great guides for specific uses. Next, we can look at the way color is used. Similar to text, there needs to be consideration in the way different color tones convey meaning. Be sure to choose a color scheme related to your topic of interest. For example, a presentation for a charitable cause or childcare center might use soft or cool tones to convey soothing meaning, healing, and hope, whereas an ad for a haunted house may use aggressive contrasts such as dark purple and bright red. Use similar colors to connect the entire presentation and ensure consistency throughout your slides. Avoid overwhelming the audience with harsh or overwhelming color aspects. To tie these concepts together, we want to touch on balance. Creating a visually well-balanced design makes it appealing to the audience's eye. To ensure your design has an emphasis in the right areas, consider both symmetrical and asymmetrical layouts. You want your design elements to work in harmony together to provide clarity. In the same way that a presentation is ineffective without creative consideration, if you do too much, it will overstimulate and distract from your main ideas.
Phase 4. Once you've completed the research and planning process, considering the ways color, text, and balance all correlate to your initial design goals, it's time to consolidate these ideas into your final composition. You can consider the feedback that has been received and apply it to restructure and finesse your visual components. You want to ensure your final product reflects your initial design goals and action plan.
Phase 5. Review and repeat. Although it seems like a lot of work has been put in up until this point already, it's important to remember that the design cycle is not linear. You may need to go back and revise throughout this process, and that's okay. That's the way this process is intended to function. While finalizing your presentation, you may realize you need to rethink specific aspects, and this cycle can work interchangeably to suit the needs of your project.
That brings us to the end of our 5-phase design process.
As mentioned before, this is just a starting point, and if you're interested in accessing further information on this topic, we encourage you to join the conversation on Slack.